Today, I'm putting my Blender Octane lighting add-on to the test. Most people think perfect product lighting takes hours and manual setup and tweaking, but with the right tools, you can get cinematic results in minutes, even when you're still experimenting. This is only the third time I've actually tested this add-on on a full scene, and each time it surprises me how fast the results I can get and how fast I can dial them in. So in this video, I'm going to show you how it performs inside of Blender Octane and what kind of results it can pull off. My name is Patrick LeVar. I've been learning Blender Octane for the past 5 years and teaching everything I know and giving it out for free. And I've also built one of the top Blender Octane communities online where serious artists go to get access to exclusive materials, feedback, and cool add-ons like this. Enough of the jibber jabber, let's get straight into the video. So what I'm gonna do here is quickly add in a psych wall here. Boom, there it is. This was an add-on that I found many years ago, literally many years ago, and I've kept it and it works really nice. So what we're going to do here is also, I'm gonna go into my shading, and inside of my assets, there is from my Pixel Lab materials. Here's Pixel Lab materials. Links down in the description if you guys are looking for Octane Blender materials. So they also gave us this shader ball. So I'm going to bring this shader ball in here. We're going to rotate it X90. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn on the magnet, go to faces, G, Z, stick it down to the ground. Now it's stuck onto the ground. Now you can see it's fairly large, because this is a human size, right? So I'm gonna actually just scale that down a little bit, something more smaller like that. Apply scale. There it is. And let's jump into the top view. And I'm just gonna center it up a little bit, turning off my snap. And actually turning back on my snap. G, Z, him, snap it down, turn the snap off, and there it is. All right, I'm gonna hide Dennis. We don't need that. Come back in here, jump in, and then I'm going to quickly set up a shot, get my camera where I want it. I'm going to actually shift duplicate X because I want two of these. One is going to be clean and one is going to be dirty. And I like this for a shot. Control Alt Notepad, Control Alt 0. Locks my camera in. Turn on my lights. I probably didn't turn my server on. Did not turn my server on. Waiting for image. I don't know what's up with Octane. Everything's going really slow today. I'm just going to go ahead and close this file out. Quick restart of the computer, and let's see how it is. Boom, that fixes everything. Just restart your computer, right? All right, so we got these two things here. I want to strip these materials off here, and I'm just gonna zoom in close on one of these here. And what I want to do is kill this material. We don't need that. We don't need that. Let's go ahead and get to the metal material. Come into shading, and I'm gonna go into my metal pack. Again, this is our new metal pack that's available here in our community. And what I'm going to do is I like the copper. We're going to go clean copper, really Octane, and then add that on top of Blender just doing weird things like that. And if you got two, you got a problem, child, right? Let's drag this on one more time. Oh, man, now what? All right, so something got broken. DNA kept saying something about DNA file. So I don't know. I just basically resaved the file into my asset browser, and now it works. So there it is. If that happens, you guys maybe check your link between your asset browser element. So the file that I had Blender, all these assets saved in for some reason got broken. So, all right, there it is. So now we've got that set up. Now what I want to do, I like this lighting setup here, but it's just basically an HDRI. So let's put these a little bit closer together. What we're going to do is I want to relight these really quickly here. So I'm going to go ahead and shut off the lights. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Lights are shut off. Good. Now we're going to basically jump into this layout here. And then I'm going to fire up the render, jump down to my camera. We're going to initiate the lighting add-on, lighting. And maybe on this one here, let's just go with a 3-point product shot. Apply that. All right, and then that's what we've got going. Then what I'm going to do is kind of zoom out a little bit. These are kind of too far away, so I'm actually going to just turn them off and do one by one. I like starting off with my key light. That's just a preference. We'll jump in here, and on this, I'm going to bring the distance in. Going to bring the distance in and bring it closer. Something like that. And also I'm going to go ahead and hide it visibility because you can see we see it a little bit in the shot there. I'm going to go ahead and hide visibility, something like that. Maybe pull it up just a tad bit more like that. Then 6500, I think I like that lighting. Let's kind of knock it down a little bit, %. Cool. Then I'm going to go into my fill light, turn that on. Here's my fill light. Again, it's a little bit too far. Let's bring it a little bit more. Actually, I like that angle where it was at. Let's just bring it in closer. Bring it down a little bit. I'm going to actually divide that by half. We're just filling in the shadows a little bit, like something like that. And I'm going to bring in next the key light, which is the big light here. Kind of same thing here. Going to bring that distance in. Let's bring that distance in and bring that angle down. And I'm actually going to rotate that position a little bit more over to the side and bring it in closer. And let's bring the power way down. I'm going to divide it by, or actually times it, divide it by 4. Actually, let's go ahead and bring that size down just a tad bit. And power, divide by half. Kind of liking that. Let's see what that looks like full screen. Grab everything here, kind of just position this a little bit more. Something like that. Hold down, fill up the screen. And then I'll need to reset the focal point. All right, I like that. Our main key light is coming in from the left side here and shooting across. I'm going to go back into the lighting add-on and I'm going to go ahead and kill all the lights. And then I'm going to bring the HDRI back in just to fill out the shadow and plus to get that image of the HDRI in all of the, turn that back on, turn that back on. Now it's coming in way too hot. So what I'm going to do is go into texture, power. I'm going to go to 0 and then just go 0.2. Very light. There it is. And then I want to rotate it and I can't see it. So let's hide the background for now. Hide. There we go. World lighting. Up. Undo. This is placement. Actually, environment is what I need to see here. This is the environment. So I wanted to have the main source of light coming from this side. And you know what? Actually, I want to change up this and go to something more studio-like. And then I'm going to get, again, the bulk of the lights coming from that left side. Something like that. And take this value, copy that, add the light source also to small studio, paste this there so they're the exact same position. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and bring back in the cyc wall. There that is. And then we're going to go ahead and turn back on the lights. I like it. It's cool. So now what I'm going to quickly do is just take a look at my false colors really quickly. We got a little bit of highlights blowing out right there. It's getting a little bit too hot. Octane. And then I'll come into my highlight compression and just kind of pull that off a little bit. I don't mind it being blown out a little bit. Highlight compression. All right, let's see where we're at now. Back to the add-on. Turn off false coloring. It's cool. Let's add in a little bit of post-processing because I'm just gonna call it quits after that. Pop this open here. I'm gonna go into presets. I'm gonna go to my preset here, setup. There it is. And I'm actually gonna kill that glare. I don't want the glare. I do want the bloom. Let's go a little bit harder. 2. Oh, not that hard. 2. A little bit of cropping aberration on the edge is very subtle. There it is. Like literally, it's very subtle. If I go turn it on, off, you see it just right here. Really subtle. On, off, on, off. And then even our little bit of lens distortion, just slightly. All right, cool. I like that. Save it. Let's go to exporting setup, export here. And then I'm going, since we got the specular, a lot of specular, I'm actually going to go into my settings and I'm going to go to high sample setup. That's going to crank me up to 1024. This file here, this Blender setup file is available in our school community. Everything is set up. I've got all the render passes and everything set up here. All right, let's go ahead and just render that pass out. All right, so that was about 1,000 samples and it took about 1 minute and 14 seconds on my 4080. Supra, and I can clearly see we still got a lot of noise. So we need more samples. But I want to look at the denoising pass first. If I come in here, combine, in my startup file from our Blender Octane community, I already have all these passes set up by default. So like if anybody wanted to do that, everything is already ready to go by default. So you don't have to come in and worry about there's no subsurface scattering, but indirect, right? So I'm going to go down here to denoising. There's the denoise pass. So it looks okay. It's a little bit blurry. I think I probably could just get, it's only going to be just an image. It's not going to be an animation. So I'm probably just going to crank that up to 2000 and get that a little bit more cleaner. Let's probably even go 1500. No, let's just go 2000. It's an image, so I'm not worried about it here. Times 2000, and I'll render that again. So there it is. It's finished now. 2000 samples. Probably could still even use more, but that's okay because the denoise is going to work fine. Typically, full glossiness is the easiest thing for most renderers to do. Like full metallic glossiness is like super easy. Once you start breaking that up, that's when things start to get a little bit difficult. And you can see that's why we got a little bit of noise there because of all the roughness that we got going on in there. But then if we come in here, layer, let's go to our denoise. Boom. There it is. Totally clean. I can work with that. And also, quick keynote, if right now I just save the file, like I go ahead and export out and save a copy, I'm doing the non-denoise version because I chose that right here. You always need to make sure you go in your pass that you want. In this case, I want denoise beauty. Select that first. Now I export and save a copy as. Now I'm saving a copy of the denoise version. Many people think just because it's there, it's ready to go. But no, you need to tell it, hey, I want this denoise version. Save a copy. And we're going to put that up there. Copy 101. There it is. Boom. If you guys want to watch more of these videos down below, check the link for my Blender Octane course. It's in my Blender Octane community. There you can get immediate access. And for the next 7 days, I'll knock $5 off. So jump on that, get in there, finish watching some more of these videos, and get access to the newest videos as soon as they are finished cooking from me. Patrick LeVar, catch you guys in the next one. Take a look at this video. Peace.